Hi everybody, I am back and I have no kitchen, so I am back at a friend's house using her kitchen, feeling so blessed that she is letting me. So I have 3 Jazz apples in here. I usually like to use Jazz apples or Pink Lady apples or Honeycrisp apples just simply because they're the sweetest. And I've used avocado oil. I've cooked these apples down for a little while. I'm going to add a little bit more oil to this because I actually have the apples kind of browned up. So I've been cooking them for a little bit and then this. And my ex-husband used to call this fried apples, even though they were just apples cooked in oil, but he used to call them fried apples. And so what happens is you start to brown these and they get so caramelized because of the browning. So I'm going to show you a really pretty brown one. Like that's kind of the objective. That's what you're going for, is to get that really nice look to it. So I have these cooked down pretty good. And in the oven, I had a sheet cake pan and I just grabbed some chopped walnuts, little bitty walnut pieces, and then I rolled them in my avocado oil. And then I took this Ancient Nutrition bone broth protein and I grabbed some cinnamon and I put it in a little bowl and I just mixed it all together. And then I just took my fingertips and I drizzled it all over the nuts. And then I married it all together and then I toasted those nuts in the oven so they are like salted caramel walnuts, which I have to say has made this whole entire kitchen smell absolutely amazing. This just smells like it's going to be fantastic. I haven't actually put any stevia in this, and I'll see what John and Sophie think. I probably won't be able to eat any of this, but I'll see what they think. But I don't think you need it, just since you're putting the salted caramel bone broth protein on it. I don't really want it to be like hyper sweet. So I've turned the heat off on these apples. They've been cooked down. I added that little bit more oil to the mixture. And now I'm going to add just a couple of dashes of alcohol-free vanilla. So this alcohol-free vanilla, it's simply organic, just means that there's absolutely no alcohol mixed with that, which someone like me that has the autoimmune condition, that's a problem. I don't want the alcohol in there. So I'm also going to add a little bit of a shake of sea salt because I think apples taste good with a little bit of sea salt on them. And then I have my cinnamon already embedded in here. So I'm going to take that Ancient Nutrition bone broth protein. It's the salted caramel. And I'm going to get my sifter just because I want it to go on kind of thin. So, I mean, you do not have to do this. I'm being super particular. I just want to let it go through here, not in like clumps. I just want it to kind of go through there like that. Now, I'm going to mix this around so that it becomes like yummy and caramely. Oh, it smells so good. This really smells good. Yum. So I've got that mixed around pretty good. I was going to kind of dust it on the top, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. I'm going to throw just a little bit more on that on there so it has a real good taste to it. And you could salt it on top if you wanted to, or just like, you know, throw this on top so that it kind of had that lighter look to it, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to get it like well blended in here so that it's almost like a sauce in it. Woo. Yummy. Yummy. Okay, so these are my apples. I got my salt in there. I already have my cinnamon because that was in the bone broth protein. And then I'm gonna dish this up. Just a little dish of it. So we'll put those apples on there like that. And then I'm going to take a couple of these golden raisins. There's no sugar added to golden raisins. And I'm just going to put Just a few of those, kind of, so she gets a little bit of a surprise when she's chewing. And then I'm going over to get my nuts. And this is what I did. I just made myself a sheet cake pan of these nuts. I mean, they seriously smelled so good. So, I mean, honestly, if you didn't even make the apples and you just made the nuts, I think this would be a fantastic thing. I'm going to do a recipe and a video just on this at some point. So this was just walnuts, could be pecans, could be hazelnuts, whatever you wanted. And it was just cinnamon mixed with the salted caramel bone broth protein. Ancient Nutrition has a lot of those bone broth proteins in different flavors. You could get kind of creative with some of this stuff. Maybe chocolate cashews. I don't know. You could go do some fun stuff with it, but they actually have more creative flavors. That's what I love about that company. So I'm going to take these, and I just want like some of these to be kind of just mixed in so that they're not just topped, but when she's eating them, there's like maybe like a little crunch. You know, she gets into the chewiness of the raisin, and then she gets into the crunchiness of the nut. And then I'm going to get the So Delicious Cocoa Whip, the coconut whipped cream. And I'm going to get her a little dollop of that on the side. And then just to make it look kind of pretty, I'm going to take a little bit of that bone broth and cinnamon. And I'm just going to kind of drizzle that over her Cocoa Whip. So kind of brings out what she's about to have. That smells amazing. Ooh, yummy. So that smells amazing. If you wanted to, and you were on a higher carb diet and you were making oatmeal, I feel like this would be absolutely amazing in your oatmeal. I eat a low carb diet, so I wouldn't have oatmeal, but I think that would be fantastic with oatmeal. Another thing you could do if you didn't want to be super high carb, but a little bit more, is you could get your whole oats and you could toast them on a sheet cake pan like you did the nuts, and then you could top them. What I would do is I would spray them with avocado oil, roll them probably in some of that bone broth protein with a little bit of the cinnamon, and then I would put those toasted oats on top of here as well. So that could be something kind of fun. And then another video I'm going to do is baked apples down the road, but I just wanted to kind of show you it, just to show you what I did. I just did something different. So we'll do this as a different video, but I just made these little apple chips. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but I made Sophie a little smiley face with the apple chips. And so I'm going to sprinkle that salted caramel and the cinnamon all over the top of it. And then I'm just going to let it kind of sit here and just sort of dry out a little bit. So it's done, it's been baked. I'm just going to kind of let it dry out. And then after it dries out, I'm just going to have those as a little snack for her that she can take to school tomorrow. So that way she'll kind of have, you know, recollection of what she had fun and yummy on Sunday afternoon. So anyways, I put a link to the Ancient Nutrition bone broth salted caramel protein powder, and this is amazing in coffee. So if you don't even will plan to do the apples or anything like that, this is fantastic in your coffee. Even if you just warm up some coconut milk for your kids and put some of this in it at night, this is an awesome thing to add. Just a great way to switch some things up. And then I also put a link to the alcohol-free vanilla. I put a link to the Parchment sheets because I always get asked about those. And then I put a link to the non-toxic Our Place Always pan. Those are always the pans that I use. It's the only pans that I use. It's the only thing I have right now in my kitchen in terms of skillets. So I put a link to that as well. So I hope that that helps you guys, and I hope that this blesses your family if you try something yummy like this. I think this would also be really good with the salted caramel, with peaches, and with a pear, just for an idea. So have a wonderful Sunday. God bless you.